Representing the People Voices tonight, Mohandas Pai, Vimlendu Jha and Bejon Mishra. And on the other side tonight, representing the BJP, GVL Narasimha Rao, Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party and Sanjay Jha of the Congress Party. Bejon Mishra, you know, logically speaking, Uma Bharti could be arrested under the Railway Property Act of 1966, needlessly interfering with means of communication in a train, punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 year or a fine or both. She should be arrested.
Yes, and in fact, Suresh Prabhu should immediately take action on this. You know, we have deep respect for Suresh.
Can he arrest a union minister?
He must take.
Can a union minister be arrested?
He can take permission. He can take permission and start an action against her. He can start a prosecution by seeking permission from the government that he wants to do that.
Suppose she says, no, I didn't do it. Suppose she says, I personally didn't pull the chain. Some people pulled the chain.
Okay, whoever has done it. Whoever has done it.
No, but she's the person who is.
Let the action start.
No, but the train has been stopped for her.
Let the truth come out now. Let the truth come out. And
the truth is out there.
Started an excellent campaign.
The truth is there.
And the people are now joining in, which is an excellent sign that they are taking photographs and sending it to you.
Absolutely.
I think this is the right way to move it. And don't give it up.
We won't give it up at all.
I want to tell you, don't give it up. I want to tell you that we are all behind you all. You see, all these people, the citizens, in fact, whoever I have met, they are absolutely excited about this campaign. Don't stop it. And we want to see Uma Bharti, either she apologizes, she ensures that she will never do such things again. She gives a dictate to her volunteers and her followers that she will not allow such mischievous things to be done in future. So all these kind of statements has to come out from the political party.
But what action?
And if the political party...
No, let's get the political party. GVL Narasimha Rao, what kind of action will you take against Uma Bharti, please? I mean, there is a clear law out here. There should be a case, proper case that is put against her, and probably, there should be some serious action against her as far as the police is concerned. Unless you think that the Achhe Din has come only for Uma Bharti, and Achhe Din includes stopping trains, planes, behaving badly, pulling the chains, not being accountable to anyone, doing what you want, making thousands of passengers wait, throw your weight around as a politician. So unless you think that was Achhe Din, then we misunderstood what you were promising. But it appears that that is what you were promising, right?
Arnab, your dig of Achhe Din is sounding a little jaded. And possibly, I think, overused.
You were not serious about Achhe Din.
I hope you realize that.
GVL Narasimha Rao.
No, we are serious.
I hope you realize. I hope you realize that I want to know whether you meant it.
You are running a campaign.
I want to know whether you meant it.
Please don't do it.
What campaign? What campaign?
We meant it, and we are.
Did you mean it?
You are using that every day.
Did you mean it? Yes, I will say so. Because I am asking you what campaign. What campaign am I running?
No, why do you have to bring it up every day?
Because today a train is being stopped for a minister. Would you have done so before an election?
Is it like, no.
Before an election, did you say, what action? You said, did you say there should be no VVIP culture? Today a minister is caught red-handed stopping a train. Why are you getting so bristled? A minister has been caught by a citizen. And let me tell you, GVL Narasimha Rao, who is the person who has recorded that footage? It is a citizen of India. What does that tell you? That the citizen of India is fed up. The citizen of India is fed up.
It's like, no, but why are you blaming the minister?
Because the train is stopped for the minister, GVL Narasimha Rao.
No, it's like asking Arnab Goswami to be arrested because some of your own reporters wanted money or wanted some facilities in Kerala.
That is really
they wanted some facilities.
Some really silly argument. I am asking you once again, Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, consider this. Uma Bharti walks away scot-free for her aides, having pulled the chain thrice. But there is a Bhandu president called Raman Rajan, fined 1,000 rupees in June 2013 because he pulled the chain on board the Netravati Express so that his friend who was delayed could board the train. And my question is, and I go to Mohandas Pai on this one, why should a minister be allowed to get away with something which is a criminal offence for every other average citizen? And I don't know tonight why the BJP gets so bristled and so damn touchy tonight. Because I think if it had been a Congress regime, a Congress minister would have been caught. The BJP would be up in arms saying, this is VVIP culture.
Whoever is at fault.
But Mohandas Pai,
you can't
it is the minister at fault. Mohandas Pai. Mohandas Pai is responding to you. GVL Narasimha, please. Chill, relax, one second. GVL, Mohandas Pai. Relax, Mr. GVL Narasimha. No, take a deep breath.
I'm relaxed.
Thank you. Take a deep breath. Yeah, thank you very much. Mohandas Pai.
Asking for your arrest because your reporter
Mohandas Pai is speaking now. GVL Narasimha Rao, restrict yourself to the debate because the debate tonight is over some very specific points. Mohandas Pai is speaking, and unless you don't want him to speak, let him. Mohandas Pai, please.
Arnab, every citizen is equal before the law. We have been taught that. And every minister is a citizen. He carries no special rights or privileges when he goes in a train. And if they commit a crime or commit a fault which is illegal, they must be prosecuted. If there is evidence, I think a complaint should be filed by the railways, irrespective of whether the person is a minister or not, and uphold the rule of law. There is no rule of law in this country, Arnab. The rule of law applies only to poor people, people who are despondent, people who are no hope, people who are oppressed, not to ministers, not to rich people. The courts do not work for rich people. The cases do not go on. Now here the classic case of a minister who has committed a wrong. If there is direct evidence, a complaint should be filed and action should be taken. That's the right way. I don't know why Mr. Rao is arguing about it. There cannot be an argument. All of us are equal.
Certainly. No, Mr. Pai.
No, GVL Narasimha Rao, 1 minute. Gaurav Bhatia wants to come in. Gaurav Bhatia.
Yes.
Gaurav Bhatia wants to come in. Gaurav Bhatia.
Let me get in a sentence.
Gaurav Bhatia is saying something.
To understand, first of all, that law is the same for everyone. It is the duty of the station master also to register an FIR against the person. And even the dumbest person on earth can tell Mr. Narasimha Rao that in this case the beneficiary was the minister and no one else. So it clearly shows that the chain was pulled for Uma Bharti. Therefore, a case should be registered and action should be taken. But this is not going to happen unless the railway minister himself intervenes and protects the station master for doing something which he is duty bound to do. Otherwise, there would be this fear amongst all public servants that the moment they act, they will be sacked by the high and mighty.
No,
and this is
Sanjay Jha wants to come in.
Culture which is being
one second.
Out, and it disturbs all the spokespersons.
Sanjay Jha wants to come in, and by the way, just by putting in terms of precedent, in the year 2012, when the BJP was not so arrogant yet, when Mr. Narasimha Rao would speak normally.
They were always arrogant.
When Mr. Narasimha Rao would speak normally, when Mr. Narasimha Rao was not such a big neta. By the way, I forgot, Mr. Narasimha, you're a ruling party neta. So how should we speak to you?
It makes no difference to me.
Should we put our head down?
It makes no difference.
Should we bow down to you, Mr. Narasimha Rao, and say, Mr. Ruling Party spokesperson, can we ask you a question? Now, in 2012, for your information, Mr. Narasimha Rao, 107 people in the city of Lucknow in 2012 got arrested for pulling the chain. 107 people were arrested and prosecuted under different sections of the Indian Railways Act 1989.
People can get arrested.
I have the facts with me. Let somebody file a complaint.
Let somebody file a complaint. You go and file a complaint. Why don't you file a complaint? Okay, Sanjay Jha.
Is the same for everyone.
Sanjay Jha is coming into the debate. Sanjay Jha.
Yeah, Arnab, I want to be very categorical here. A campaign that is against VVIP preferential treatment has to be supported, irrespective of which political party spokesperson is on your panel. I would like to also remind an issue that you need to take up, because the Supreme Court in December of 2013 actually came up with a specific ban on red beacons or lal batti, barring a few high security vulnerable cases. So I think that's something that needs to be implemented, which has not been done. And I will also add this point here that end of day, whichever political party representative who is exceeding their privileges is damaging the reputation of the entire political class. So whether it's the BJP or Congress or any other party, MLA or MP, who exceeds a certain jurisdiction, I think you damage the reputation of the fraternity, invite greater cynicism, and it's something that we all need to be very concerned about.
Okay, so
I don't want to score any political brownie points here, but I do believe that the Bharatiya Janata Party, especially in the case of the red beacon and the Supreme Court directive, has not been able to implement that, which is very unfortunate.
That's good. Now, with the second instance which happened today, and I'm going to play the pictures, and maybe once I want Vimlendu Jha to come in on this part. He's an environmentalist and founder of Swechha. Now, I don't know, Mr. Jha, if you saw the other story today. And I don't know, I worry today how Narasimha Rao is going to respond. Maybe Mr. Narasimha Rao will arrest us all tonight for daring to ask him these questions.
Come on. Don't make it ridiculous, Arnab.
No, I'm not.
In that case, he's going to arrest me first, Arnab.
No, I said...
Anyway, I don't know. Nowadays the BJP can arrest everyone except... The BJP may support the arrest
maybe ban you.
The BJP may support the arrest of everybody except Masrat Alam. Anyway, my question right now is very simple. The question is this. Today, the governor of Karnataka, an RSS man called Vajubhai Wala from Gujarat, disrespected the national anthem. The national anthem was playing at an event. Everybody stood. He didn't care. He's a VVIP. Let the rest of the people stand. I'll walk off. The national anthem was playing. Everybody was gesturing to him. Please stop. It was just going on. He just continued to walk away. This is complete and total and knowing disrespect. Security personnel, everybody there was absolutely shocked. And then somebody had to pull him back. This is such an outrageous incident because, you know, when this is a clear violation of the Prevention of Insults to the National Honor Act 1971. By the way, it prescribes a penalty for intentional prevention of the singing of the national anthem. GVL Narasimha Rao, Section 3 of the Prevention of Insults to the National Honor Act says, whoever intentionally prevents the singing of the Indian national anthem or causes disturbances to any assembly engaged in such singing shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years or fine or both. There have been people, Narasimha Rao, who have been booked for sedition for not standing up for the national anthem. Now, what do you think the governor should be booked under? Sedition or just simple imprisonment for 3 years?
I think Justice Goswami can decide whatever he thinks appropriate.
So please don't mock the question. Don't mock the question. People are watching you. Don't mock the question. It's a serious question. I'm really shocked at the way you're speaking tonight.
No. What the governor has done is unfortunate.
There's so much arrogance seeping out of your voice.
What Mr. Rao wants.
I'm saying a governor is shown blatant disrespect to the national anthem. You think it's funny?
Maintain some decorum when you speak about the governor.
You think it's funny? Don't teach me decorum.
He was a former speaker of
a governor shows blatant disrespect. What is the decorum of the governor who disrespects the national anthem?
What do you think, Arnab Goswami? You think he deliberately does it?
Of course.
Do you really think so?
Of course.
Arnab. Come on.
It was playing. He's not deaf.
It's certainly unfortunate. And it was not, it cannot be deliberate.
I don't know.
I completely refute your proposition.
Prove to me that it was not deliberate.
Arnab.
Proof. So what's it? Okay, Vimlendu Jha would like to respond. Okay, Bejon Mishra is going. Vimlendu Jha, by this logic. No, by this logic.
Okay, so basically.
Vimlendu Jha.
Yeah, so we are actually talking about two things. We're talking about disrespect to our national flag, perceived insult that we're talking about, and the other is practical discomfort that this entire VIP culture brings to our citizens at large. So we're not talking about privilege here. We're talking about privilege, we're talking about abuse, and we're also talking about injustice. And therefore, the BJP representative here, and we're also, by the way, not talking just about one political party. We're not talking about today's minister or the governor behaving in a particular way. We've seen this all through. And this is not just 2015 phenomena. This has been on for 50, 60 years that we're talking about. At the end of the day, I think it's very, very important for all of us, and mostly these political parties, Mr. Rao, for example, to first acknowledge that there is a problem. Do not say that Uma Bharti's volunteers did the crime.
No.
Uma Bharti has to take ownership over this.
No.
At the end of the day, when you say you are citizens' government, when you say Achhe Din, and when Ardab tells you that yes, Achhe Din needs to be Achhe Din, yes, we are actually talking about everybody's right. Everybody, when you talk about democracy, when you celebrate democracy, when you say everyone voted for you, you need to really bring it to that level where you do not take these privileges for your personal convenience and create inconvenience and sometimes disaster. We've had
here's
stories
the question
after
of the
stories.
application of the law.
Arnab,
My question is, Bejon Mishra. Watch it. First of all, my question is very simple tonight. Does the same law apply to everyone? Bejon Mishra, right? Now, does the same law apply to Uma Bharti? Does the same law apply to Vajubhai Vala, the governor? Does the same law apply to Union Minister Nitin Gadkari, who blocks roads, blitz through roads and highways and convoys? You have a highways and transport minister who believes that he owns the highways. He's the minister for the highways, he doesn't own them. So the question is very simple, application of the law.
Tonight?
Does the same
why
law...
can't you take ownership over this?
No. You see, these people have created a separate race of VVIPs. The laws of this country don't apply to them. Bejon Mishra, is that not the moot point?
Absolutely. You see, what I get very, very anxious, and I don't understand why Mr. Rao is trying to protect and defend. Mr. Rao should come out very clearly as a spokesperson of BJP.
Yeah.
Telling the citizens that this is not right, which has been done, and BJP will definitely look into this issue and will come out with a clear-cut directive for the future to ensure that such actions do not happen. Honorable Governor, I'm not saying that he's done it intentionally. I agree with you. He may not have heard the national anthem being played. And he may be, handicapped in terms of hearing because of his age. But
No. He perfectly well heard it. No, 1 second. He perfectly well heard it. He was showing absolute disrespect. And I'll give you one more example, Bejon Mishra. This is the second time. And GVL Narasimha Rao knows it. Alliance partners of the BJP, MLAs from the TDP also disrespected the national anthem in the Telangana Assembly. And they were suspended for the same. Right? So this has become an instance.
Absolutely.
Now my
request is when such a thing has happened in public, the honorable governor should immediately come out with a statement and either apologize and put his resignation that I have been caught disrespecting the national anthem and this is a serious issue and I want to put a precedent in place that as a governor I do not want to continue because I have been caught in the camera disrespecting the anthem and before any action is initiated and let action get also initiated. He should encourage action should get initiated against him. And that is what we want to see leaders, sort of coming out in demonstrating.
Also one more thing.
I find the responses today of the BJP representative, and I'm really sorry I find them arrogant. I find them today reeking of the VVIP culture, and I actually find a tone in GVL Narasimha Rao's voice that he's very, very irritated that anybody is asking a question. Now consider the facts, GVL Narasimha Rao.
And journalist was asking her a question.
Gurudwara Bhatia.
To reply. It is the same arrogance which we see here. Uma Bharti also showed the same. He should have apologized.
Actually, before asking the governor's head, I would ask for Uma Bharti's apology.
If the standards of morality are Samajwadi Party, I find it so amusing. I think let Gaurav Bhatia not give any lectures on morality.
The union government has still not pruned the list of VIPs.
Are you aware, Gaurav Bhatia, which party you represent in the parliament?
But
do you know what is the track record of Samajwadi Party? both in Uttar Pradesh and in New Delhi.
That list.
No, the problem is, Gaurav Bhatia, that you're all suffering from the same disease. In fact, your leader,
Absolutely.
Azam Khan,
It's a bad day for BJP.
I'll show the pictures. Your leader, Azam Khan, he risked the lives of young school children by driving a bus. Here he is, by the way, without being in possession of a required license for driving a heavy passenger vehicle. No action was taken against him. People
applies to everyone.
1 second. What? What do you say?
Yes.
What are you saying here?
I'm saying the same.
No, why should if the what's it? Gaurav Bhatia, if the Railway Property Act of 1966 should apply to Uma Bharti, the Motor Vehicles Act and the Indian Penal Code should apply to Azam Khan. Who on earth do all of you think you are? And I am what I am.
Did you hear my response?
Yes. What action did you take against Azam Khan? He hit a road divider. He hit a road divider. What action was taken against him?
Factually, your story I do not know.
I am telling you the facts of a story. A minister in Uttar Pradesh takes a bus. A minister in Uttar Pradesh takes a bus with school students and officials as passengers in his hometown of Rampur. It is astonishing that he puts the lives of students in the bus at risk. And there are the RTOs, district magistrate and transport department officials watching on. And he's allowed to do all this because he is a VVIP. Azam Khan. He is a VVIP. Who are you to lecture? And the Congress party. And the Congress party. And Sanjay Jha, the Congress party.
Is equal.
The Congress party.
All the political parties.
No, the Congress party. The Congress party. The Congress party which made it a crime to overtake Robert Vadra's car. People were issued challans for overtaking Robert Vadra. You forgot, Sanjay Jha? You're all part of the same mix. Aren't you?
Well, I'm not aware of any such specific case.
Of course,
but
that specific instance happened in January 2013 when the Delhi Traffic Police issued a challan to a motorist, and what was his crime? He overtook Robert Vadra. You know how humiliating that is.
I want to tell you once again. I want to be explicit on your channel today that while there may be occasional lapses being done by
occasional lapses, Renuka Chaudhary held up a flight because she was allegedly shopping.
I would like to explicitly state this on your channel that we are against any kind of elitist political privileges being given to anyone. And if somebody from our party violates or contravenes an established protocol, we condemn that in the strongest possible terms. I'm not here to come defend what is clearly and evidently wrong.
Well, I don't think I've not heard a single example where you have actually taken action. There is an MLA from your party. Let me give you details of that. There is an MLA from the Congress party who has written a letter saying that it must be made mandatory for all government officials to take his calls. The letter says government officials should save the number of MLAs and MPs and promptly take their calls.
Oh, I read that. Arnab, I read that story which came out in the Bangalore Mirror.
Yes.
I just want to let you know that actually, if you go into the details of the case, it seems to be a case of a very apathetic and a very callous police bureaucracy out there in Bangalore.
No, I'm very sorry. No. One minute. It's easy to cast aspersions on the commitment of government officials. Sanjay, this is VVIP culture because asking every government official to save the number of every MLA is an attempt to introduce fear into the hearts and minds of government officials in the event they don't take the call. And thirdly, how do we know that every phone call from an MLA is meant to serve a public purpose? On how many occasions do MLAs take calls from the public? On how many occasions do they take calls from government officials when the purpose is to serve the public? Will you make it mandatory for MLAs now to take all calls that they receive, be it from the public, government officials or journalists when the issue at hand is a public concern? Fact is, Sanjay Jha, if you want one law to apply to the rest of the world, why don't you apply it to yourself and to Mr. Robert Vadra?
Well said.
Let me answer.
To Robert Vadra.
I will take just 30 seconds. Let me just take 30 seconds. I have read the case in detail. The issue here seems to be that the public, in sheer frustration, not being able to access the police services, whether for hearing or security or whatever it may be, have in desperation gone to the political representative who says that even we, when we
are not understanding it. You are not understanding it. You're not understanding it. This country, I'm sorry, this country is sick and tired of arrogant politicians. I remember a BJP MLA from Kota. Let GVL Narasimha Rao tell me there was a BJP MLA from Kota. His name was Prahlad Gunjal. You know, and I have an elephant's memory when it comes to cases like this. GVL Narasimha Rao, you know, you are a ruling party spokesperson right now, very important man, maybe a VVIP as well. Prahlad Gunjal in December last year threatened to skin alive a chief medical officer who was not allowing the transfer of a nurse. This conversation was recorded over a phone call and he was eventually pulled up by the party. But what more did you do? Did you sack him from your party?
Party.
Did you sack him from the Bharatiya Janata Party?
He was given a stern warning.
Stern warning.
You don't.
Mohandas Pai, stern warning.
You don't expel.
Stern warning.
You don't expel
stern
people.
Warning.
You don't
Bimlendu
expel
Jha is
people. He was
laughing.
given a stern warning.
Stern warning. What is a stern warning?
Arnab, I remember in Mumbai, it was
Stern
apparently Kirit Somaya, the MP, slapped a cop.
And a BJP and a BJP.
You'll remember Nitin Gadkari threatening an income tax officer.
Exactly. What happened? What happened? You gave him a stern warning.
This kind of behavior actually is normal behavior for this tribe.
Yeah, it's just a stern warning.
So therefore, that's the reason why they don't see anything wrong. That's the reason why they don't have an answer tonight.
Arnab,
or otherwise in life. They think it's okay. They've earned it as if.
And maybe Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, you think people are not watching, but one day you'll have to face an election once again. Never know when that will happen. This month, a BJP MLA, as per records, threatened child rights activists and Labour Department officials. He's from Khairatabad. His name is Chintala Ramachandra Reddy, with dire consequences for rescuing minor children employed as domestic labour in the posh Jubilee Hills area. So, when you save minor children, right, employed as domestic labor in a posh area in Hyderabad, your local MLA threatens the activists and the Labour Department officials. Now tell me, अच्छे दिन किसके लिए हैं? आपके MLA के लिए हैं, बड़े लोगों के लिए हैं, बड़े लोगों के लिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के दिग्गज नेताओं के लिए है, या फिर वो बच्चों के लिए है जिनको एक्सप्लॉइट किया जाता है, या फिर उमा भारती के लिए है, या नितिन गडकरी के लिए है? That's I'll keep asking you.
और अभी तक एक भी शब्द इन्होंने उमा भारती के बारे में नहीं कहा है.
Arnab,
yes.
I think I'm not wrong. Therefore, when I say that you are using this slogan,
I am asking you. It is your slogan.
The BJP.
It is your slogan.
I know you are using it.
Is it embarrassing you? I am asking. It is your. You promised that Chedan. I want you to. I want. No. 1 second. When child rights activists, you tell me. GVL Narasimha Rao, tell me when a child rights activist is threatened by a BJP MLA. When a child rights activist is threatened by a BJP MLA for saving domestic minor children employed as domestic labor, your MLA is threatening the activists. What action have you taken against that MLA?
MLA should have been
fired. BJP.
Have you arrested that MLA?
What makes you think?
Warning.
Have you arrested him? Will you give him a stern warning?
Let the activist.
Which activist?
The activist file a complaint.
Oh, let the activist file a case. Okay, we'll open the calls now. Really?
If he has done something wrong, let him be arrested.
What are you saying?
You
can be arrested?
Bharatiya Janata Party
Mr.
to
Rao,
go and arrest him.
are you?
We are not running a police station.
You are running a government.
We have done something unlawful.
You're saying that the
government be registered. We are not in power in Hyderabad.
This is absurd.
Bejan Mishra.
Well, if someone complains.
Bejan Mishra.
A behavior.
Bejan Mishra. Tonight the BJP says we are not running a police station. I thought a government was slightly more powerful than a police station. Bejan Mishra.
Politician, when we are
there is a state government in Telangana
that we are a separate tribe.
Actually,
that itself is a big
actually the government should be running the police station. It is not the child rights activists who should be running the police station, for your information, Mr. Rao. Please try to understand. I do not understand why.
Mr. Rao, apologize. For heaven's sake, apologize.
The MLA needs to be reprimanded. The MLA should be reprimanded.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm telling you, enough is enough. No, 1 second. 1 second. I'll tell you, I'm going to. Enough is enough. You want your convoys to speed through highways while thousands are stranded. You want people to die in ambulances because they are forced to take another route. You want to be exempt from paying toll tax. Enough is enough. You want to halt planes. You want to stop trains from moving. You want separate VVIP lanes. You want trains to be stopped, chains to be pulled by your bodyguards because other passengers should get delayed. And finally, you want to be even exempt from standing in attention for the national anthem. What kind of country are you? Won the license to disrespect everything, run over everyone. Such is the extent of your self-importance. And I'm telling you tonight, I'm requesting all the Newshour viewers to write in tonight, because I spoke to Harish Salve earlier this evening and I told him, what will you do, Mr. Salve, if I give you 1,000 examples of VVIP racism? He said, give me the examples. I will make it part of my petition before the Supreme Court of India, because the only hope now is the Supreme Court of India. The Supreme Court of India will intervene on this.
Please explain. Can I
the Supreme Court of India must intervene on this. Samita Mahesh. Samita Mahesh is calling from Bangalore now. Samita Mahesh, please. Yes, Samita Mahesh, please. Let's hear the viewer. Samita Mahesh. Samita Mahesh, please.
Good evening, Arnab.
Good evening, Samita.
Sumita, it is.
Sumita, yes, sorry.
Yes. Arnab, I have been watching your debate on this VIP culture. It's a very good debate. But I just want to take 3 points. Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, I want to tell him, please don't make this a big issue. Please accept what she has done is wrong. And please get along. And please instruct them not to do all these things. And one more thing is the governor not respecting the national anthem. That is not that he has done it. It is on purpose. He has just left it because he thinks he's a VIP.
Exactly.
But as a homemaker, whenever the India match takes place or any place, I instruct my children, you have to stand up, even it is with the 4 walls of my house.
That's true.
Because this is the culture we have to bring our children.
Absolutely.
But the governor being in that position, he cannot walk away. He should at least see people standing in front of him for what they are standing.
Absolutely. I agree.
So this is very wrong. And the third point, Mr. Sanjay Jha, please don't. Even you people have done so many things. Though I am a staunch supporter of BJP, I will never accept anybody doing wrong here. This is wrong of the VIP culture of what Uma Bharti has done today. This you cannot do. And any common man, the train chains are not pulled. Whenever we have to suffer, I was stranded in the railway station once when I didn't get my train. So why Uma Bharati should be given that chance? Why not me?
Absolutely, Sumita. I think you made a point in a very strong way, and I hope at least since GVL Narasimha Rao is not listening to everyone tonight, maybe he'll respond to you. Would you like to say something to Sumita ji?
I think she certainly spoke a lot of sense, and certainly, but as far as governor is concerned, I would beg to differ. I think governor would never have done. I know about the governor's
it's all on record. It's on
background.
Tape.
He would never.
He would never. Why? Because he's an RSS man. You can't talk against him.
Purely
all RSS men who are exempt today.
I am saying.
What are you saying? Apurva Pathak is the next caller. And Apurva Pathak.
He would never mean
Apurva Pathak from Roorkee.
Don't think.
Apurva Pathak from Roorkee.
He would never mean disrespect.
My next caller is Apurva Pathak from Roorkee. He's the student who shot the Uma Bharti video. He's the whistleblower. He's the person who shot the Uma Bharti video. He's online. Apurva, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are watching this debate now?
Yeah, I would like to congratulate you for taking an issue which concerns
I want to congratulate you, Apurva, for having the courage to be such an active citizen, for taking a... we all want to congratulate you.
We all want to congratulate you.
Thank you, thank you.
And hats off to you, Apurva. What would you like to say?
I would like to just raise 2-3 points.
Yeah.
One is that why is leave apart all this political blame game, but why shouldn't law as it stands apply to Uma Bharti, or for that matter any other VIP? Means if a common person can be jailed or fined for this, why shouldn't Uma Bharti be fined and jailed for this also?
I think.
Secondly, she is supposed to be a lawmaker and enforcement. She's part of the government which is supposed to enforce law. What happens when these people who are supposed to enforce law themselves turn into lawbreaker? Isn't it very pathetic? And thirdly, when these people come into politics, they proclaim that they want to serve public and they are doing it in public interest. How do they make just after winning election they forget all the public interest and put themselves above public and consider themselves to be modern day Maharajas and Maharani who cannot be questioned?
Answer him. Answer him.
Arnab, you see, you could have called it a privilege. Please hear me out. I think you don't let people speak, but hear me out. You could have called it a privilege if the train was halted for the minister to get onto it. There could have been an order given. This is how things happen. Here in this case, no special privilege was given.
Chains are pulled.
Have done
What
this.
are you saying?
Some people have done this. No, that anybody you could do it. Your staff could do it. Your staff could do it.
One second, Apurva Pathak is asking a question. Bejon Mishra, please. Bejon Mishra is countering you. Bejon Mishra, please. Bejon Mishra, please. Yes, Bejon Mishra. Running short of time, but Bejon Mishra, I don't think you're answering the question. Bejon Mishra, Bejon Mishra. Bejon Mishra.
No, you are wrong. It's a privilege. It's a privilege given. You are wrong. The guard has got the full power to ensure that the train moves even after pulling of the chain if he is convinced that it is wrongly done. It is a privilege given. Rao, you are wrong. Mr. Rao, you are wrong. The guard has got the powers. He's been empowered. He can come and on the spot take a decision. No.
I'm not supporting this. I'm not justifying
this. No, you are wrong.
But whoever
you are wrong.
They can be
you are wrong. You are
this
wrong.
Is not a privilege.
You are wrong. Let me tell you. You don't know the law. You don't know the law.
You don't
the
know
law
it.
is very
I
clear.
have it with me.
The guard, the running guard of the train has the privilege to get the train started when there is a chain pulled. And if he finds that it is a frivolous action, he can take action on the spot by finding that person. So it is the guard who is connived with the volunteers. The guard has connived. In fact, the railways have connived.
The beneficiary.
So you can't get away saying this.
The beneficiary is Uma Bharti.
You cannot get away.
And I'm wrapping up now. I know Gaurav Bhatia and Mohandas Pai want to come in. Gaurav Bhatia, briefly, please.
Somebody who should not.
Gaurav Bhatia.
Why are you protecting somebody who should not be protected?
Mr. Narasimha Rao should be aware that the train cannot be stopped even for a minister beyond the scheduled time. Secondly, I feel that as a class, politicians should try to merge with the common man so that we become really one class rather than stand out. And it is very humiliating for us when such
It is humiliating for us. Exactly.
And these should be reduced
It is humiliating for us. And don't laugh over it. Don't laugh over it. It is genuinely Mohandas Pai. It is the fact is Mohandas Pai. The fact is, somewhere I get a sense that politicians are not getting it. They're just not getting how angry people have become. Absolutely. And they don't understand how fragile their own position is. I'm telling you, people will snatch away from you the rights you give yourself if you abuse your position so much.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling people tonight, expose these politicians. You have phones, capture these politicians on your video. You catch them breaking a line, getting into a train, blocking a train, stopping a plane, pushing traffic away, ensuring that there are VVIP lanes for them, chains being pulled. You take a video and you send it to us, we will put it on air. But Mohandas Pai, why aren't they getting it? The mood in this country is changing. Why aren't they getting it, Mohandas Pai?
Arnab, they're out of touch with the anger of the people. The ordinary person is very upset. Like the lady from Bangalore said, they are, everybody is upset at the behavior. They're not even accepting they're in the wrong. I find Mr. Narasimha Rao arguing things which cannot be argued against. I mean, he is standing up for something which is totally wrong.
Correct.
We have to accept that VVIPs are spoiling this country. Our political leaders are not obeying the law.
Agree.
They think they're a superior class and it has to stop.
On that.
And people of this country are not going to accept it. Please accept it. Please stop. Please change behavior for God's sake.
I did not
Let us not ruin our country.
I agree with you, Mr. Pai. Where have I disagreed?
Why are you coming to the defense of something which is wrong, Mr. Rao? Please don't defend what is wrong. If something is wrong, let us stand up and say, yes, it is wrong. We apologize. We'll not make it happen again.
The right questions.
The point is simply this, that I think we have given enough examples out here. We can take this debate forward. I'm requesting more such examples to be sent to me. Harish Salve has promised that all the examples we send him, he will try and include as many as possible as part of his petition before the Supreme Court. So much of the journalism that we put together at times now will be before the Supreme Court, and that's the address you can send it to. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, a mindset like this, so deep and so corrupted, will not change overnight, but a national campaign that goes on and on will force this to change. If this mindset changes, it could be the greatest victory of Indian democracy, a victory of the people over the people who claim to represent them. And in fact, I would also like to place on record, more and more politicians also are realizing the folly of pushing against this Times Now campaign. This campaign has picked up steam. Absolutely. I mean, I would invite any of the politicians to my newsroom, come to my newsroom and see the number of videos and messages that we receive here every day. We are actually put out a separate part of our news desk, separate group of people who are only accumulating all of this, and I'm willing to share this with any politician. You can discuss it whether in your Congress working committee or your BJP national executive or wherever. The mood of this country is changing. Please realize, raise your voice, send us more information. Apurva Pathak is my hero for the day. Apurva Pathak, who exposed Uma Bharti, is Times Now's hero for the day. Miss Uma Bharti, don't dodge my reporter next time he comes to you. Answer him. Saying sorry won't take too much. Thank you for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.